first. Okay, you're recording, Rhonda? Okay, where am I? Okay, here we go. As chair of the Hampton Falls School Board, I find that due to the state of emergency declared by the governor as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 12 pursuant to executive order 2020-04, this public body is authorized to meet electronically. Please note that there is no physical location to observe and listen contemporaneously to this meeting, which was authorized pursuant to the governor's emergency order. However, in accordance with the emergency order, I'm confirming that we are providing public access to the meeting by telephone with additional access possibilities by video or other electronic means. We are utilizing Zoom for this electronic meeting. All members of the Hampton Falls School Board have the ability to communicate contemporaneously during this meeting through this platform, and the public has access to contemporaneously listen and, if necessary, participate in this meeting through dialing the following phone number: 646-876-9923 and webinar ID 974-5528-3962, or by clicking on the following website address. This address is listed on our agenda. B, providing public notice of the necessary information for accessing the meeting. We previously gave notice to the public of the necessary information for accessing the meeting, including how to access the meeting using Zoom or telephonically. Instructions have also been provided on the website of the SAU 21 office at www.sau21.org. C, providing a mechanism for the public to alert the public body during the meeting if there is a problem with access. If anybody has a problem, please call 603-926-8992, extension 103, or email at revans@sau21.org. D, adjourning the meeting if the public is unable to access the meeting. In the event the public is unable to access the meeting will be adjourned and rescheduled. Please note that all votes that are taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call vote. Let's start the meeting by taking a roll call attendance. When each member states their presence, please also state whether there is anyone in the room with you during this meeting, which is required under the right to know law. Rhonda, can we take the roll call vote, please?
Greg Parrish.
Present, family in and out.
Jason Farias.
Present alone.
Jill Swayze.
Present, family in and out.
John Bailey.
Present with family in and out.
Anthony Lang.
Present alone.
I have the roll call recorded.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is the accepting the resignation of Mary Ann Nahn. Can I get a motion to accept that resignation?
Make a motion to accept the resignation of Mary Ann Nahn.
Actually, Anthony, it's Mary Nahn. I'm sorry.
Mary Nahn, sorry. We'll do that then.
I'll second.
Rhonda, can we take a roll call?
Greg Parrish.
Yes.
Jason Farias.
Yes.
Jill Swayze.
Yes.
John Bailey.
Yes.
And Anthony Lang.
Yes.
I have that vote recorded.
Thank you. Next item under school district clerk is B, appointment of a new school district clerk. Can I get a motion?
I will make a motion to appoint Lauren Beliveau as school district clerk.
Actually, Jill, could you could you go to, if you're on the agenda, read that?
I'm trying to get to it. I was having
Okay.
some trouble. I'll be there in a moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And the
I
only
think I
reason-
have the wording wrong. Why am I not seeing it? Sorry. Somebody else go ahead, I guess. It's taking me a minute to navigate.
So it's just during the March 9th,
Yeah.
2021 election. You said.
Can you just, during the March 9th, yes. Can I get a second?
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Motion to appoint Lauren Beliveau to serve as a Hampton Falls School District Clerk during the March 9th, 2021 election.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Rhonda, can we take a roll call vote?
Greg Parrish.
Yes.
John Bailey.
Yes.
Jason Farias.
Yes.
Jill Swayze.
Yes.
Anthony Lang.
Yes.
I have that vote recorded.
So the reason that that was a specific a motion was because she'll only be working through the election. And this will preclude her from having to provide like a
Resign.
letter of resignation and then have you accept the letter of resignation. However, we will need to find a new nomination to appoint a new school clerk after the election. It's just less urgent at that point. We're just required by statute to have someone in place for the election. So
Got it. Great. And what's our timeline to have to fill that position?
it'd be great to have someone by the well, it'd be really great by the March school board meeting, but I think the April school board meeting would also be okay if we can't find anyone.
Okay. Do we have any detail on why Mary, I mean, did it have anything to do with the position? Why she resigned?
I have no idea. There's a letter there.
Yeah, I was looking at it. It doesn't say anything. Okay, just curious.
Jill, I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. You know,
Okay.
I believe that Mary got this position by a write-in candidate of 2 votes. No one ran for it last year. So she was, because she did receive 2 write-in nominations or votes at the election, that's how she went ahead and
Okay.
decided to take it. And just from my speaking with her, I think she just wasn't familiar with what it entailed and just felt it was a little more than what she was able to do.
I know that we're hoping to keep this super brief, but Rhonda, could you go over for 2 minutes what it does entail? So as we start to reach out to our communities and draft people, we can tell them what the job is all about.
For the most part, it's somebody to oversee the election process on behalf of the school district. I believe, Matt, correct me, but they work with Nancy in creating the ballot. That's the ballot that, everybody votes on at the March election. When you guys all file for your candidacy for a position on the school board, you have to make that filing with the school district clerk. That person needs to be available, to be reachable, to make that appointment for you to go in and file that paperwork. And then throughout the year, it's as needed. Like this past year, we needed that person to come to each of the meetings to swear you in, because 3 of you were appointed beyond the election date. And so she, needed to be available to swear you in. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot to it,
Okay.
but it is some formality, pieces.
Yeah, it's not a very demanding position. There's essentially 3 times during the year that it's required. It's as Rhonda mentioned, it's signing people up for anyone for elections in January. It's the deliberative session and taking minutes at the deliberative session and then working on the ballot and being at the election day. So it's really 3, and then swearing people in. So what I think Mary was unaware. It was a unique year that she had to swear in 3 candidates like throughout the
For
year.
sure.
So
Yep.
she wasn't expecting that, I don't think, and no one was expecting that. So it's, but all in all, it's pretty low, low demand. So.
Perfect. Thank you.
Matt, when we find somebody, is this person responsible for the end of this school year, or can we have them sign up until next March's election?
So it would be effective whenever the date that you appointed them. So it would be the remainder of this school year. That being said, there's nothing that they'll be responsible for the remainder of the school year, unless, say, one of you, resigns and she has to swear you in, right? So swear someone else in. So
My concern is, do we have to swear someone back in July or August for the new school year?
no,
Okay.
because there are no contested seats, correct? I don't
Okay.
believe.
No, well, nobody, it's not on the ballot because she resigned after the ballot was printed. So it's not even on the ballot.
Well, hers isn't. I'm saying there are no school board contested.
No.
So it's going to be this group. Oh no, John. So she'll have to swear in John's replacement. So
Okay. So Anthony and I being sworn in just carries over?
I forget, Rhonda, do you know, do they need to be sworn in every time?
Yes, I think when you're elected, you will need to get
Yes.
sworn in. So I don't know if the town clerk can do that for you. Normally it is done by the school district clerk. So we will have to
Yeah.
find that out.
So that would be, so that's important that we get someone for the March meeting in that case.
But if we can't find anybody, where do we stand? And I don't mean to drag this meeting out. I know it's supposed to be quick, but we could be looking at three members elected to the board that can't be sworn in if the school board clerk has to swear them in.
Greg, if you get stuck, give me a call.
You
Well,
just,
is there a way that we could extend Lauren, if Lauren's willing, and it's just one thing and all of us get elected on Tuesday and then on Thursday, we're all available to get sworn in? Is it possible to have that be just something that we do? I can't imagine she would care about reading
that's
something.
actually what I was thinking, Anthony.
Yeah,
That
I've spoken to Lauren. She is happy to fill a stopgap where needed, but is not interested in a prolonged position. So I think if we need to get through April or May, I'm happy to speak to her. I think that we can probably cover that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, swearing in the new candidates would fall under the election, like that.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's completely appropriate, and then if anything else comes up, we can just ask her. But hopefully, we find someone to.
Did I back up though? Did I hear John Bailey said that he might be willing to be the school district clerk?
Only on an emergency basis.
You might as well make it. Might as well make it official now.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave us, John. Be honest. What would you do with all your time?
I mean, it's only 3 times a year. I mean, it seems like a pretty low lift.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Does anybody else have any more questions? If we put this to, it sounds like we're covered, so we're pretty good. Did anybody have any questions?
Sure, I do, Greg. So if we find someone, sooner than later, do we need to gather again in an emergency format like this to officially appoint them?
I think we can do it in one of our regular meetings, Jay.
Okay.
If we find that we need to do an emergency meeting, we can. And Matt, correct me, but I think we could do it in one of our regular meetings.
Okay,
me.
Bless you.
very good.
Thank you.
You're muted, Matt.
My apologies. My kids just ran in, so I didn't hear that last piece.
Jay wanted to know if we find someone, do we have to do another emergency meeting? And my response to that was, I believe we can do it at a regular meeting unless something constitutes an emergency for that person to be sworn in as soon as possible.
That's correct.
Okay.
So Lauren will swear in the new candidates, and then whenever we get the new person at a normal school board meeting. So.
Any other questions for Matt?
Good.
Dr. Killian, do you have anything?
I have, this sounds like it's a good process. I'm glad that we have a meeting coming up. And we have a backup with Mr. Bailey. I feel confident that we should be fine.
If I win by 4 write-ins, I'm coming back after you guys.
You know who to write in. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, is that an option?
It's not on the ballot, so.
But-
Yeah.
I can tell you, we had a nice orientation meeting with Barbara Goodman. So we provided her, excuse me, some information, Matt, David, and I, and so we explained how a lot of the process works. We gave her the opportunity to ask us questions. So she seems like she's really looking forward to serving on the board.
Oh, great.
Good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Anything else, anyone?
I was expecting John to call for the motion to adjourn like 15 minutes ago when we started talking about him being the clerk. But
There's a nice segue for you, John.
Oh, sure.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll
Okay, a
second it.
second. Rhonda, do we need to take a roll call? Or are we good?
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
We're good.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.